again. Giving up's not an option, I fight to the end.
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. The brown Alexander.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
So they stare into each other's eyes. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. And he scores with the counter. Misses with the straight left. Those counter punches have to hurt. He misses with that jab. That counter punch caught him clean. Got out of the way of that right hook. Counter punching. There's a counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Oh, Joe Louis just got caught. The Brown Bomber in some trouble. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so easy.
Good work. Don't forget the jet. Okay, now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round.
And there's the bell for round 2. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And that jab just missed with the left hand. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Beautiful counter punch. And that left hook doesn't find its target. When you're fighting a counter puncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange. Oh, wait a minute! Usyk might go down here. What an upset! We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
How about that time counter shot? He misses with that straight left. A lot of effort being exerted here. Nice counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round. And there's the bell for round 3. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Perfect counter lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Hold that thought! The big Ukrainian in big trouble. And down goes Alexander Usyk. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
Is that ever hope? Remember the fighter Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of heart we need to see.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? You can't. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be... Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Catch and shoot. Punch, counter punch. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter. Nobody home with that hook. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. His stamina is off the charts. They exchange punches. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Usyk! They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter, and the opponent's got to put a fight.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
The unified heavyweight champion is down! Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at it. There's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. He just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Incredible work rate. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a... Let's start the sixth. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Nice counter shot. And he misses with that straight left. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. That counter shot lands. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go, and it's just...
That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it? And the referee's going to allow him to fight. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Holding nothing back here in the round. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might... Here comes round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Through the hook, didn't land. A perfect counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch. power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
Is he gonna punch himself out though? Nice counter shot. A perfect counter lands. Nice counter shot. Right uppercut just off target. Beautiful counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
There's a lot on the line here.
There's 1-2 straight down the middle. You can't miss him. What are you doing? You've switched off completely. Done all that.
And we enter the 8th round. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute. He threw a punch and just got countered. Good counter punching. Beautiful counter punch. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he'll catch you.
Can't find a home with that jab. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Just misses with the right uppercut. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking, because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. How about that time counter shot? A very competitive round with tense. Hold that thought! Joe Louis in trouble. And that's it. A unanimous decision win.
Unanimous. You know what? Smarts that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.